Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. This is Peach Summer. I am here doing a tier list of the marriage candidates in Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. This is going to contain spoilers, so if you don't want to hear about any of the marriage candidates as far as things that they say, things that happen in the game between them, then maybe skip this video and look out for the next one, where we are gonna be talking about the general vibes of the game. So I guess we'll just jump right in here. I have already married and completed the marriage and the main part of the game, which is getting the bazaar to rank 7. And so I will let you know who I married during the video. So we're just gonna go from left to right and do all the candidates as they appear in order down here. So first we have Kagetsu. Kagetsu is a shrine maiden and she lives by herself. You can't get her until you unlock, I think, the 3rd bazaar rank. And then you will be able to teleport from the mountains to her shrine, where you can start speaking with her and building friendship and romance with her. She is the first marriage candidate that I actually actively pursued and got a confession from. All her heart events are mainly about her kind of like being curious about the way everybody lives, coming to town, kind of coming out of her shell, not solely focusing on just being alone and being the shrine maiden, and her duties. It's very sweet. It's very it's just really cute watching her go from just being like, she's like, you shouldn't be coming around here anymore, I have things to do, it's gonna be distracting, to actually being an active member in the town and attending like the town events and all of that. So I would put her A tier. She was one of my, after getting to know everybody, one of the potential candidates that I was going to marry on my main save. I do plan on marrying her in one of the saves that I have, save slots that I have, so I can marry everybody, essentially. Next up, we got Arata. Arata is kind of the jock, sporty, himbo guy, a little bit. I think he ends up coming, you have to unlock the bazaar, a higher rank of the bazaar, before he comes to town. I'm not super sporty myself, but as I got to know him, I started to like him a lot. He kind of just wants to hang out and like train, and he's like, oh, I want to train so I can protect people. I want to train. Once you get the confession from him, you want to train. He wants to train to protect you, but he is a little bit of a himbo. His goatee I could do without, but it is part of his character. He also has this really cute cat charm that hangs off of his sash on his outfit, and that's really cute. I did also consider very seriously marrying him on my main save, so he is also A tier for me. Freya is next. Freya was the first girl. I think she has one of the best designs of all the girls' marriage candidates. Next, Kagetsu. Kagetsu has the best design, and then Freya. Something about her. She's very serious. She's an independent businesswoman. She's career oriented. She leaves town every day to go to her job, so it is kind of hard to catch her. On weekends she's home, and then in the evening she comes back. So you have to be able to hold out all day in order to go talk to her and visit her and give her stuff to increase your heart levels with her. Her heart events are all really cute. It's just her trying to learn how to become kind of more grounded, I guess, and not like have a hobby. And so she decides to like grow plants as her hobby, and so you kind of help her grow plants because you're a farmer. I think that she for me is S tier. If I didn't marry who I did marry, I definitely would have married Freya. She's just the thing about Freya for me is she's a little bit intimidating, in my opinion. She does have like an older, kind of more mature personality compared to some of the other candidates. like Kagetsu is very naive. You got Mr. Himbo, jock guy over here, and then you've got this beauty, Freya. Like I said, if I didn't marry who I ended up marrying, it would have been Freya on my main save. We've got Sophie right here. Sophie is the mayor's daughter. She's very sweet, but that's about all she is. She can be a little bit one-dimensional. Some of her heart events revolve around kind of teaching her dad how to be an adult, even though her dad is the mayor and runs the bazaar. She's definitely the homemaker type. Would be probably a great mom. I would put her B tier though. She was a solid candidate. I do love redheads, so when I saw her, I kind of was like, ooh, a little bit. But ultimately, she was a little bit more friend vibes, so I put her in B tier for me. I do plan on marrying her in one of my saves, because she is just very, very nice. I mean, there's nothing really that notable about her. She does have a good design, but that's about it. Next is Jules. So we've got Jules here. He is a teacher. He's also this guy's older brother. That's Derek. We'll get to Derek later. Jules, he's a teacher. He's very into literature. He's very mature. He cares a lot about his little brother. His parents died when they both of them were younger, and so Jules kind of had to step up and mature and grow up fast. I do give Jules a solid B tier. I did like getting to know him, and he was one of the men I was interested in from the get-go. But ultimately, all the candidates give you this gift, and when you get the confession from them, and his gift was so like predictable. I sat there. Like Freya, for example, she gives you a perfume bottle because one of Freya's loved gifts is perfume. Kagetsu gives you earrings that match her earrings, which is super cute. I wish you could wear them, but you can't. Arata gives you a matching like cat charm, like the same one he has on his belt. Sophie gives you a bouquet of flowers. And then Jules, when I was waiting for my mail the next day after I got his confession, I was like, watch this man give me a pen. He's gonna give me a pen. I open my mail, I look inside, there it is, a pen. A fountain pen. And so that kind of was like, not really for me. But I mean, he still is a good solid candidate. He's handsome, I'm not gonna lie. Like, look at the man. He is handsome. Next we've got June. June is the classic tsundere. She's very kind of standoffish, introverted, a little bit mean, like I said, a little bit mean to tsundere. She's a goth baddie, so she's got a very striking design compared to all of the other candidates. She very much stands out, and even in the general vibes of the village and what everybody else wears, you can tell she's from out of town, and you can tell that she is just a little bit. She's like more of a city girl in this like now small town, like now living in a small town with her dad. Once she starts opening up a little bit more, she does become a little bit sweet. But there still is that little bit of like tsundere standoffish. Like if you accidentally try to give her 2 gifts in one day, she'll be like, oh, you're smothering me. Understandable. I shouldn't be trying to give her 2 gifts in one day, but I don't always remember who I gave gifts to. The gift that she gives you after her confession is a embroidered patch that looks like a sheep with a bow that is the same color scheme as like her eyes and her outfit. And it's pretty cute, but it's just not like great. I did consider marrying June, kind of, but it's her. I like how much she stands out, but I don't really like how much she stands out, I guess. And so I put her in C tier, personally. We've got Maple here. Maple works at the inn. She's very cheery. She is literally like a ray of sunshine. Like every single event that you have with her, you will smile. She's got the best confession, in my opinion, in the entire game. She's very straightforward. She asks when you reply and say, "Oh, I've fallen in love with you," when she prompts you at the confession, she says it back, and she's one of the only 2 candidates that actually say that they love you during their confession. The other being Sophie, which is why Sophie has so much points. Maple, she gets points for doing that. As soon as when I saw her confession and I saw her do that, she like jumped up a lot for me. Design wise, she's just kind of she's also very homemaker, but not in the same way that Sophie is homemaker. Like Maple's the kind of woman who's just gonna sit around the house cleaning all day, like obsessively, and be very happy when you come home. And for that, I give her a solid B. We've got Samir right here, and Samir comes much later in the game. He is actually the last bachelor to be introduced. And he comes after you get unlock like Bazaar like 4 or 5. I don't remember. I like his design, just straight off. I'd love a tan boy. He like when you learn his like full name, he's definitely giving off kind of like East or South Asian guy a little bit. But he's got a cool design, and I don't know, just something about his confession for me. I was interested in him. I was trying to pursue him and see where it went, but I really just didn't feel the spark with him when I got to his confession that I wanted or needed to feel in order to move forward with marrying any of the marriage candidates. So ultimately, I do put him kind of more in C tier. Even in general, he's nice, but he's not very interesting outside of his design and like, oh, I'm a secret prince. I'm like from the royal family of where I'm from, that kind of thing. His gift, I forgot to mention Maple's gift, is a gingerbread house, which is just very Maple. She loves sweets. But Samir's gift is a like family heirloom necklace, which is like a very serious thing to give, but him coming into the game makes you kind of like Arata more. And I think that's like kind of what makes me not like him so much and not have the spark that maybe I had with Arata, is because like he comes in and then Arata's story pushes just so much more further and his story just kind of stays static. So that's why I would put him in C tier. So next we've got Derek. Derek is Jules' little brother. Derek just is very young seeming, and he's more like a little brother, and so I'm just gonna put him straight in C tier. He's very little brother. All of his hard events is him trying to like prove himself and be like, oh, I'm an adult now, I can take care of stuff, I can do stuff. He's got skateboard in his room. He's got skateboard posters in his room. His design is cool. If I was younger playing this, like maybe like late teens, early 20s, I could see myself going for him. But now that I'm like way older, he just seems he's just a little too immature and young for me. He works at the cafe as well, which is like, okay, he's got a job. That's good. Everybody's got a job. Except him. He don't got no job. I guess his job is guarding Samir. But Samir's a prince, so they're just there to like hang out. Anyway, Derek gets a solid C. He just gives too much little brother vibes for me to actually pursue a serious marriage relationship with him in the game. We've got Diana here. Diana, I like her design. Her outfit is cool, but her story of being, I came to this town because the last town I was working with, their bazaar failed and I failed, and now I have to come to Zephyr Town and I succeed this time. It's like, I don't care, and it's not like, that's not that big of a deal. Like, calm down. She's very corporate, and I don't vibe with that so much, so I do put her in D tier. I was very uninterested in her when she came to the town. So I gave her a chance. Her brother, though, she got this brother, Harold, who comes to town with her. I wish I could marry him. Get characters that I wish I could marry: Felix the mayor and Harold. Love them. And then obviously, I personally wouldn't want to marry Mina, but everyone else is very upset that you can't romance Mina, even though she is like the same age as Freya, but you can romance Freya. It kind of doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go put our other boy, Gabriel, in D tier as well. Artist, insecure, just young. Don't really like his design. I don't find him like handsome at all. He's probably the worst marriage candidate out of all of them, in my opinion. Just very boring. So, I mean, sorry. Even Diana is a little bit more dynamic than you, Gabriel. I'm really sorry. I don't have really anything good to say about Gabriel. He just comes onto your farm and starts painting your windmill, and then he's just like, let me paint you. It's like, you want to paint me like one of your French girls? No, thank you. I wanted that man to just get off my farm. Don't just come on my farm whenever you want. And since if you notice, I obviously skipped Lloyd. Lloyd is actually who I did end up marrying on my save. And Lloyd is S tier. Can I put him before? Lloyd is the dark hair, kind of moody looking guy with glasses. He's a businessman. I love a man in glasses. Okay, I can't resist. Well, as soon as I saw Lloyd, I was like, love at first sight, like Pepe Le Pew, and his eyes are hearts, and you would see his heart like pumping out of his chest. That was me when I saw Lloyd. He is at first a little bit mean to you, but I guess that's, I don't know. I don't know why I like that so much, because I also, in Stardew Valley, always go for Shane every time. I love me some Shane. But Lloyd he's got, I think, one of the steamiest confessions, just because, like, this man just comes up and is whispering in your ear, like, oh, it's very hot. And it very much the way what he says that, like, when when you get the prompt and you say, like, oh, I've fallen in love with you, he's just like, ah, yes, like, I've been feeling that way for a while. And so to me, it kind of gave, like, love at first sight waited for the player character's feelings to catch up and be the same as his. And I thought that was, like, really adorable. And so that's why Lloyd ended up being my main save, my main squeeze on my main save. And I mean, yeah, this is my tier list. This is how I rank them. If you disagree in the comments, you can let me know. But I stand by this pretty heavily. I am gonna marry every single one of them just because I want to see the proposal cutscenes. But yeah, you can let me know what you think in the comments below. If you disagree, if you agree, who you married, what you like best or dislike about these candidates, where you would place them, let me know. Have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you next time on the Isle of Peach Summer.